at that. Beautiful, healthy little pineapple plant. Okay, it's starting to droop a little, but I just pulled it up by the roots and transplanted it. Excuse me. If you keep your eyes open, especially this time of year, there is all kinds of things popping up. Now, this popped up in an area where there's not a lot of traffic out, really just mostly gravel, but it came up and it's as healthy as can be. So sometimes these volunteer plants that pop up are the healthiest plants that I have in my garden. Now look at that pitiful little thing. That's a chamomile that I planted from seed and just doesn't do very good. But when they choose their own place to come up, I don't know how it's going to do being transplanted, but it'll have to go through the shock a little bit and then hopefully it'll be okay. I think I'm going to pick off all the little pineapple tops for some tea and that'll help the plant too. But let's look around and see what else has popped up. This morning was a bit of a joy for excitement for seeing new things that just popped their heads up. I had totally forgot. Look at this. These are all nasturtiums, little nasturtium plants. I had just threw a bunch of seeds in here of nasturtiums, and then nothing happened. I forgot about it, and I was adding dirt and all this and that, but it rained so hard it pounded it down a little, and they all started, or at least a bunch of them started sticking their heads up, which will be really nice to have some nasturtiums in here. Sometimes you get weird stuff. Some sort of a mushroom or something there. That I don't care about, but sometimes you do get that kind of stuff. Now, there's a couple plants here. This is chamomile. You know where I got this? Last fall, apparently. Gather bug. I had dropped some chamomile seeds in the floor of my greenhouse, and they popped up. So probably 2 months ago, they were just little bitty things that popped up, and I pulled them up and planted them in this pot, and now they have really been growing. That is a bulb, and I didn't know if it was going to come back because I had to empty the pot and add new dirt and replant it, but it's coming up. Yay! And the cat keeps laying in this one's probably why it hasn't come up. So I put a couple sticks in there to keep her out. Now, let's look over here. I want to see something. What is this? That looks like nasturtium. I didn't know I planted nasturtium in there because I should have tulsi in here. This is my pomegranate. One of my pomegranate trees. Now in there, I don't know what those are. I had put a bunch of compost and dug into that. I've got a tomato seed coming up. Where the tomato seed came from, I don't know. But I got a tomato coming up there, and those are probably delicata because I did have a couple of delicatas that got kind of old and scrunched up. I didn't think they were any good. I put them in the compost. Now this one is a mystery to me. I had dumped all the dirt. I put the dirt in here, prepared it, everything, and planted my sweet potatoes, which are really struggling in this crazy weather. But look, looks like some sort of a squash plant coming up, or cucumber or something. How that seed got in there is a mystery to me. I do not know. Coming around the corner here, my son was pulling a bunch of weeds up because the wind has been so bad. It was this has been really a good greenhouse. It's a Shelter Logic, and we have had tremendous winds, and it held up really good. But this last couple weeks was just more than it could handle up on top, and it rubbed holes in it. So we put this tarp over it. But he pulled up a sunflower plant in here, and then he stopped. I was cooking or something, and he came in and he was holding up one of my hollyhock plants. Mom, is this a plant? Oh, and I'm like, oh no. He said, well, I didn't pull them all. He goes, I stopped. He goes, I did pull it up a little bit, pushed it back down and patted the dirt around it. He said, but I didn't, but it looks like it's okay. I think it's still going to bloom. But the other one's not. He pulled it all the way out for it. He caught himself and thought, maybe this is one of Mom's plants. But talking about keeping your eyes open and surprises, I'm pretty sure that one there is a sunflower. Looks like the bugs have found it, but Probably the birds planted that one there. My son almost pulled that one out too, thinking it was a weed when he walked by, and I'm like, no! Definitely keep your eyes open. Look at that pretty purple. It's getting ready to bloom. This has all just happened. I'm just noticing a lot of this today. I think I have let me show you something else. Well, I think I've got a couple little sunflowers in the garden too. So, also other little seeds. I planted more kale in there, and it looks like it's coming up. So, amongst the big kale. But yeah, let me show you something else I just discovered. I was actually videotaping this. I had to do it all again because my phone didn't work right. But you would have discovered with me. Let me show you. I was talking about new seeds popping up or whatever, and how I just didn't have any luck with my peppers this year. I've been trying for weeks to get peppers. I had them in the house, out here. I can't have my tomatoes come up and stuff, and cucumbers and zucchini, but I just couldn't get my peppers to come up. And then I walked around the corner, and I was talking about this cup I had set over here because I didn't think there was anything in it, but looks like some sort of tomatoes coming up. And I looked up here. I was getting ready to tell you more about more peppers I couldn't get to come up, which these have not. But I looked over here, and these sweet banana peppers, they're colored ones. My daughter shared some seeds with me. They're coming up, and I was like, oh, look, you guys, look, I got banana peppers, some sort of a pepper. My favorite is the hot peppers, which I haven't got up yet. But any pepper will be good, so I'm going to be happy to have these. And I like things with color to them. So these are supposed to be colored sweet bananas. So they're supposed to get at different colors as they grow. So that was exciting. This is the time of year to keep your eyes open. You don't know what's going to happen. I check these things every day. This is the first day that I've seen all this stuff coming up. Oh, I love basil, and this is the only basil I have, and it's finally starting to take off a little bit. I had transplanted a couple more out here in the pot because this is the only one that made it through the freeze and through the deluges of rain, in which we needed really, really bad. But yeah, guys, things that actually come up on their own is usually the healthiest and strongest. And that's also one of the reasons for keeping your own seeds, because your own seeds will be healthier. That's why I'm letting this cabbage go to seed. It was a beautiful cabbage. My cabbages did really well this year. Oh, there's a bee. Yay. Hello, bees. 2 bees. But not only is it good for the bees, but I'm going to save the seed to it. So I'll have cabbage seed. And I'm doing that with my kale over there. On the other side is kale. And across the way over there is broccoli. I'm saving that seed, and I saved some of my bok choy seed. I've got parsley seed coming on there. Because when you grow your own seed, it just seems to be acclimated to your exact area, your air, dirt, everything. It just seems to really do well that way. So keep your eyes open and grow your own seed. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, mainly what this video was going to be about was just open up and look around you. You can get wild plants. I get wild plants from the forest sometimes when I go up on a walk, or over at other people I know if they have property or something. I'm walking around and I'll find a wild plant of some herb or something, and I'll say, hey, can I take a plant? And sure, most people they don't care. Most people are not really into plants. I have a t-shirt that says the plant lady, and that's so perfect for me because I love my plants. Look at the little pollen on his legs. Can you see it? Their little legs are just full of pollen. They'll take that back to their hive. That'll be good. And they're pollinating my plants. So anyway, guys, it is a beautiful time of year. Keep your eyes open and look at all the little tiny beautiful life. Look at all the life that's emerging. And we will catch you all next time. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you would. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.